Well, seller protections. We have your back. What's going on, hustlers? This is Kevin with our journey to freedom. Decided to record this video after 3 phone calls to eBay today alone. Many of you have heard over the last couple of weeks about the announcements that came out of eBay Open. One of them was this seller protection program. Anybody that's been selling on eBay for a while knows that they favored the buyers. Sellers had to deal with refunds and returns even when they were just dead wrong. You know, you've heard me talk about it before. We're still fighting restrictions for having to eat 2 fraudulent returns last October. Well, let me tell you, we had an item that got returned, and pending the outcome of the last phone call just here a few moments ago, I was prepared to tell them, shut down all of my eBay accounts. I'm done. Done. Not gonna do it anymore. Frustrated, livid, ready to hit the roof. So, we sold a brand new printer, factory sealed, unused, unopened, for $150, $149.99, I think, or something. It is on one of the Wednesday Wins videos. You can go and watch that. Right after the person received it, they opened up a return. Now, we did offer free returns on the item because more or less you gotta accept them anyways because eBay's gonna accept it on your behalf. The reason stated was ordered by mistake. Well, the printer arrived. I picked it up at the post office this morning, and something told me check it. I opened the outer packaging that we had it in, and right away I look at the top of the printer box, and it's got priority mail tape over it. Like, all right, somebody opened it. Before I went any further, the very first thing I did was get on the phone and I called eBay. And the lady said that she was going to put the return on hold for a couple business days to give me time to get pictures, write down and document what I found. If I could get those uploaded today or tomorrow, she'd be happy with it. I went about my day, got home from work, pulled the printer out, decided that, all right, I got to get the pictures. You know, I told the lady I'd get them up tonight or tomorrow morning. So I took a picture of the outside of the box. Let me show you the pictures. As you can see, priority mail tape over the top of it. So after getting that photo, and you can see the handles all kind of ripped out, you can see where they sliced into the box here. I then open it. Okay? And I find that it's all ruffled through. Stuff taken out of the packages. The bag that's supposed to hold the ink and the power cord has been ripped open. You can see where it's been taken out of the box because there's styrofoam kind of like ruffled all over the place. The bag isn't sealed like it was. So I'm taking my pictures away. You can see where the tape has been pulled off the printer and resealed. There's smudge marks all across the front of it. There's the bag that's open. The best was I took it out, I opened it up. No ink cartridges. The ink cartridges were taken out of the bag, put into the printer, and then removed from the printer. But you could find residue ink in there. So I go to upload the pictures that I took and write my statement. And when I log into my account, it won't let me do anything on the case because it says it's still pending delivery. It's been put on hold. So I'm like, all right, we're going to play eBay's game. I call into eBay. And I said, hey, what do I do? Lady who answered the phone tells me that to go ahead and message the buyer, put my statement in there, and attach the photos, and it'll get added to the case. So that's what I did. About 15 to 20 minutes later, I happened to look at my email, and I've got an email from eBay telling me that they decided on the buyer's behalf. Let me find... this case is now closed. Hi, Kevin. We reviewed this case and decided to issue the buyer a full refund. We understand that you received your item in a different condition than when you shipped it, but unfortunately, we couldn't determine that this was caused by the buyer or that this was something in the buyer's control. Are you kidding me? The buyer used the printer. A refund of $149 was issued on August 5th to the buyer. The refund includes the purchase price plus the original shipping. Now, there was free shipping on it. However, it cost me, 30-something bucks to ship that thing because it wasn't light. I was livid. So I'm like, all right, let's call eBay. Well, first I click the appeal button, which then directs me to call eBay. First guy I get on the phone, he just keeps apologizing to me. I'm so sorry you're having a difficult time. And I could have to tell, with his accent, he was not here with us in the United States. He looks over everything and he says, okay, I need to forward this to somebody in the appeals department. So I get a gentleman on the phone right away. He says, hey, man, I'm sorry you're going through this. He's like, give me a second to look at everything. Yeah, I'm looking at these pictures. It's clear they used it. He's like, no doubt in our mind, it's not in the condition that you sent it in. Unfortunately, that's part of taking free returns. And at this point, I can just feel in my veins in my head just ready to pop and burst. And I'm like, just calm down, be nice to this guy. He's trying to help you out. He's like, let me see what we can do for you. Because you're a very good seller. You've been with us a long time. He goes, this account, you've been on here for a while. I said, it's not my only account I have. I said, I have a couple others we sell on. And, I just carried on a dialogue with him and told him I would love to have my original account back that I started selling in the late 90s when eBay first kind of really came about and evolved. I said, unfortunately, I don't remember the username or password. And it's to an email account I no longer have access to. So he's going back and forth and he's like, here's what I can do for you under the new seller protection program. eBay's going to give you 50% of it back. And we're going to remove all the fees and remove the case being held against you as a defect. Wait, what? Yeah, I would have loved to gotten 100% back. But 50%, I have the product. I could probably still sell it as used. I still make a little bit of a profit on it. Not much. They're waiving the fee. I might break even on what I spent on the item, what I spent on shipping. Maybe make $5-10, but I still have the printer that I can list locally on Facebook Marketplace. I could probably even list it on eBay as used, but I can't see it selling to the point with shipping that it would be to somebody's advantage, because I know used on Facebook Marketplace, they're going for $30-40. So who's going to want to pay that plus another $30 or something to ship it used when, for a few extra bucks, they could get something new. But you never know. So I wanted to record this video and let you guys know that the seller protection program is there. It is a real thing. So, let's take a look and see what their promises are. I was supposed to be given the option to do a partial refund for the item. I was never given that option. And when the guy asked me, he says, what was displayed on the screen at the time? And I said, the only thing there was a button that said issue refund. He's like, no, you're supposed to have these other options where you could issue up to, a 50% thing, and we would have stood behind you. So that's why they were willing to step in and take the 50% and give it back to me. And, they remove the defect, and if this buyer leaves me a negative feedback, they will remove it. Because eBay had already paid for the returns, they're not going to credit me anything. They're already, dealing with that end of it. Plus, the buyer didn't complain that it was an item not as described. So the program's there. It works. I couldn't believe it. When I've heard some of our other creators on YouTube talking about the announcements that were made at eBay Open, and they talked about this seller protection, I was like, yeah, right. They're not going to stand behind it. But I'm here to tell you, in first person, it works. I just got money sent to my PayPal account from eBay for half of what the sale was. The other thing the guy mentioned to me on the phone was that they are also watching sellers to make sure it's not abused. If they see a history of sellers constantly giving 50% back on the returns or always calling in and asking for these protections and abusing that program, they will shut the sellers down. So they are monitoring it. The guy said he wished he could do something to help me with those 2 returns I had from last October, but unfortunately too much time's gone by. There's nothing he can do. At this point, it's just kind of a waiting game for them to fall off. He said he was going to put in a request to see if he could get my selling limits restricted or restriction removed. Because I just told him that it's been an ongoing issue and it just seems to keep getting worse and worse. He's like, honestly, he goes, it's only those 2 things that are dragging your entire account down. I had a great conversation with him, but there it is. The seller protection program in real life working. Whew. Thank God I didn't have to close my eBay accounts. If I would have had to call Kathy tonight at midnight and tell her, hey, we're not going to sell on eBay anymore, but oh, by the way, we've got 3 10x15 storage units and half a garage full of stuff that was supposed to go on eBay. Yeah, better find a way to sell it real quick. Make some cash, right? Alrighty, hustlers, that's all I got for you. I just want to record this quick video, let you know that the seller protection program does work. Don't be afraid to lean on eBay. Yes, it gets frustrating, but use the resources. Make sure if you're not happy with the level when you first call in, escalate to the next level. Do what you got to do to get things resolved. One of the biggest mistakes I made last October was not escalating those 2 issues and fighting on my behalf. Instead, I got frustrated and I gave up. I didn't want to fight. I kept hitting the wall with the first level support and I just didn't have it in me to fight it anymore. And I stopped listening for several months. And that crippled my account. So I was not ready to have another red flag go against my account. So that's why I called in tonight as soon as this thing happened. And man, I am glad they have this new seller protection program. Alrighty, hustlers, get out there and go do.